Whenever I talk to my girlfriends who are looking for a husband and a good father for their future kids, there is always one reoccurring turnoff: man children. What is up, YouTube? My name is Mario, aka the real Super Mario. Check out the main channel because the main channel is popping, aka the Loot Box Hero, aka YouTube's greatest fat man here, bringing you another video. Alright, so this one's gonna be a little bit different. Alright, it's a slightly different video. Because usually I talk about more culture warrior topics. I talk about black escapism. Usually I don't get into the whole gender war relationship thing because it's just not my bag. It's just not something that I talk about a lot. But this I kind of had to, because doing the research for this video was like one of the most black pilling things ever. And I need to get this information out there. So let's break this down real quick. The religious hippie, which technically is an oxymoron because, you know, religious people don't like hippies and hippies don't like religion, but is what it is. Have at it, sis. She posted, whenever I talk to my girlfriends who are looking for a husband and a good father for their future children, there is always one reoccurring turnoff: man children. Men who cosplay, even Lord of the Rings, which is kind of weird. Like, why did you just say even Lord of the Rings? Like, it's almost like you like Lord of the Rings, but you didn't want to necessarily come across as a hypocrite, so you had to put even Lord of the Rings in there, but it is what it is. Are obsessed with Legos, Marvel, Star Wars, basically toys in general. It's the #1 consistent complaint I hear from women, not only from my friends.
It's a lie. You're a liar. And that's enough to get me hot. That's enough to get me to the boiling point. Yeah.
I find that kind of cap, because I think there are more women talking about other negatives in men. Like, you know, if you look at the black female Twitter community, you know what I'm saying? You know that corner of Twitter. They talk more about, like, you know, black men dating outside of the race than they talk about black men playing video games. That's a factor, but there's other bigger factors for them. Or if you look at, like, the feminist corner of female Twitter, they're more about how toxic men are and about how masculinity is toxic, and they all want, like, you know, those like soy blooded, like, video essayist types, you know, the ones that look like they were grown in a lab and cloned from H Bomber guy, those type of people. And then once you go to different parts of Twitter, they're not even really talking about men playing video games or men enjoying, you know, genre-based hobbies. They're talking about men being broke. So who are you talking to? All right, because from all the women that I know of, they're more concerned about if you're broke or not than if you play video games. And most men who play video games aren't necessarily broke. They might not be rich, all right, but they're not necessarily broke either, you know what I'm saying? And it's just kind of crazy, you know. Now, the other thing I will admit is that everybody has a preference, okay? And this is her preference. Her preference is probably some, like, conservative, manly man, you know, probably religious, possibly Catholic, you know what I'm saying? That's probably her bag. And, you know, to be honest, there's nothing wrong with that. Personally, you know, I mean, at this point in life, my bag is women with a pulse.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Yes, sir. No, I was kidding. I got more standards than that, you know what I'm saying? But everybody has preferences, okay? And more than likely, she probably judged me or other people for their preferences the same way I'm going to be judging her for her, you know? And this is not really like a new thing, all right? This is something that's actually been going on for a while. People hating men who have genre-based hobbies, you know? So if your hobbies are fantasy, sci-fi, you know, movies, TV shows, video games, anime, this has been going on for a while. Like, I did the video a year or so back about the reaction to, you know, Matt Walsh and anime, you know what I'm saying? I did that video. That was one of the early videos that blew up on the channel, you know, and so it's a common boomer conservative talking point. about, you know, not liking anime and video games and all this other kind of stuff. And to me, it feels like this chick embodies that kind of sitcom wife personality. All right, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, remember in the late 90s, early 2000s sitcoms, like, you know, Everybody Loves Raymond, King of Queens, you know, stuff like that, where you've got like regular blue collar dude and his, you know, auspiciously hotter than he is wife. And, you know, he has all these hobbies he likes, you know, football and likes playing golf, and he likes going out with the boys. And whenever he wants to do that kind of stuff, you know, the wife doesn't want him to do it. And that's usually like the plot of the episode. He tries to find ways to do the things he wants to do without his wife finding out, because she's going to get mad at him.
You know, I have to say that you're actually exhibiting some of the very traits that seem to jump off the page in Michael's book.
Who?
You.
I feel like she's that type of chick, the sitcom wife type. You know what I'm saying? He wants to go and play golf, and she's like, honey, why don't you stay home with me? And, honey, I want to watch Sleepless in Seattle on DVD. Like, that type, you know what I'm saying? And again, there's nothing wrong with that, because that can be kind of adorable until it gets annoying. You know, this is not really a new thing. Like, I remember when Liz Wheeler, you know what I'm saying, popular boomer conservative woman, you know, she came out with this tweet last year, but she was like, oh, this is 100% true. Men playing video games is peak unattractive, beyond red flag, like a deal breaker zone. You know, it's weird that so many dudes don't really get this, which, you know what I'm saying, which is, it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of obvious she was doing this for clout. She was doing this because she know it would get people mad and her tweet would go viral. And the religious hippie was probably doing the same thing. But just look at what these chicks think is actually attractive, though. Like, the most attractive on this list is bird watching.
Seems super gay. Are you gay? Have you ever slept with dudes?
Bro, bird watching? Really? Like, bro, 50% of the dudes bird watching are retired, like old retired dudes. The other 50% are gay.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Okay, I'm just saying. There's not a lot of straight bird watchers out there that are under the age of 47. I'm just saying, you know. Comic book collecting, which is stupid. Like, most of the people collecting comic books play video games, all right, or collect action figures. So wait, collecting comic books is more attractive than collecting action figures.
I don't know what went into that process. I met the criteria to be selected, but I wasn't.
I guess maybe because the comic books are worth money, I guess. Taxidermy? Really? Taxidermy is more attractive than playing video games. The people that stuff dead animals, all right, the people who have the highest likelihood to be axe murderers is more attractive than a dude that just plays video games. Okay. Like, video games and stuff, they make people, you know, happy after dealing with life for you know what I'm saying, 8 hours a day or 12 hours a day or whatever. This is why escapism is so important, because escapism allows you to come down. All right, you know how many people's lives have been saved because somebody could go home and play video games at the end of the day? All right, instead of, you know, shooting up the daggone school or shooting up the place they work at or blowing up something or strangling somebody and looking in their eyes while they slowly die. Like, do you know how many people were saved from those untimely fates by the person playing video games? All right, they could just boot up a video game and go in and just release that anger into the game, you know what I'm saying? And then they could go back into their real lives. What they want you to do is they want you to hold that all inside and be some kind of stoic man. And now, of course, if you're addicted to video games, like, that's a bad thing. You don't want to be addicted to anything. But if you just have a hobby that just makes you happy, I mean, there's nothing really wrong with that, especially when you have to deal with the dichotomy of women that you deal with online. You know what I'm saying? Because if you want to date a left-wing chick, you got to deal with, like, the hyper-feminazi political lesbian types. who hates you, and then you have to deal with the boomer-servative sitcom wife right-wing types that like, oh my gosh, he's not masculine enough. He needs to go out there and strangle a deer with his bare hands and drag his corpse back to my house. You know what I'm saying? Like, those types. Like, no wonder men play video games, because what else are you gonna do? These chicks are crazy out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't understand why men are not allowed to have hobbies, you know? I hate to break it to you, there's thousands of hobbies one can have. Men aren't allowed to have hobbies is a cope.
Big words from such a small woman. You know, in many cultures, the woman is meant to be seen, not heard.
Okay, how about you? You want to see something?
It's unattractive because you refuse to try new things and rely only on thing you know you enjoy from your childhood, which is the definition of childish. She says while she, you know, crochets wobbles with her friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there are thousands of hobbies out there, but why is it wrong that I like this one? Not to mention people who play video games, that's not their only hobby. Like me, I play video games, but I also cook. Preferably outside. I actually like outside cooking. I like grilling. I like smoking things. You know, I've got a smoker. I got a big grill. I got a little grill. Like, I like cooking outside. I like studying the art of smoking meats. That's a hobby that doesn't involve video games. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, this right here you're looking at now, video editing. Video editing has been one of my hobbies since I was in high school. And you want to know how I got into this hobby? Through my other hobby, watching anime, okay? I started making anime music videos back in high school, and that's how I learned how to edit videos. And then eventually I started making YouTube videos because, you know, I got fired from a job that I liked, and I was kind of spiraling and I needed something to do until I found a job, and so I started making YouTube videos. That hobby came from one of these hobbies that you don't like. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't play video games and watch anime, I probably wouldn't even be doing this right now. Thank you for the heads up, even if I'm not obsessed with toys. And also, as you most likely already know, expect a wave of hate going your way once again, unfortunately. For one, talking about kidults again, and two, talking about stuff men do wrong while being a woman. Shame! Oh God, like the one thing, you know, I have a list of types of people I hate. Not people I hate, but just types of people I hate. And wanna know one that's really high on the list, right up there under like guilty white people, is simps, bro. I despise simps. And it's not because I'm like some red pill person. It's just because it just reeks of desperation. Like, bro, she is a Catholic Twitter hoe. She is not going to smash you. All right, she is chaste as a nun. All right, and she will be until she dies and her body is eaten by her cats. Okay, she's not gonna smash you, bro. Playing with toys is for children. If you want to use your imagination, use it to create things like music, poetry, or art.
What? What do you mean?
Like, what do you think Star Wars or Marvel is? Like, it's art. It's telling stories. It's not just toys. It's telling stories. Like, yeah, do you sell toys from the stories? Yes, but you need characters and narratives and stories to get people to buy the toys. All right, it's more than that. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, y'all think all art is just, oh, let me carve statues of naked white dudes or paint pictures. There's more to art than just, you know, the old school stuff. Just a quick editor's note here. I just thought about something when I was editing this video. This guy, people like this guy, like boomer conservatives, are the reason why everything is so woke nowadays. I'm gonna tell you why. Mainly because you know, boomer conservatives never really understood the fact that video games and movies and TV shows and comic books, these things shape culture today, like old school art shaped culture back in the day. Like, you know, the way that statues and portraits and music and stuff shaped art back in the day. Comic books and video games and stuff like that shapes art, shapes culture today. Okay. And they never really realized that. So they didn't think that this stuff was important. They didn't think video games were important, or anime or comic books or TV shows or movies. They didn't think none of that stuff was important. So they gave up all that cultural real estate to the left. Then they think, wow, why is it that, you know, everything is so woke? Why is everything so susceptible to being woke? This is why. All right, because of people like this dude. This is why my friends are old enough to be fathers and grandfathers. I don't care about Marvel, Lord of the Rings, or Star Wars. I'd rather talk about Christ, history, and how to fix our broken world.
Corny ass nigga.
This dude is like, he is like Christian Jaden Smith, bro. Like, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's probably one of the most boring people to talk to unless you're talking about the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. Like, you can be Christian and like be into other hobbies. As long as you keep Christ at the forefront of your life, you can do this. Okay? Like, God literally tells you that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Why would you take that beautiful brain and like, oh, I'm not gonna do anything else but focus on the Lord? Like, if you want to do that, that's cool, but you can do both. You can focus on God and play some Overwatch, you know what I'm saying, on the side. You know, as long as you don't step out of the will of God, you can do both. Like, you know what I'm saying? To me, these type of people, it feel like those, like that one parable from the Bible of the dude who, like, oh, he stood while he prayed and he beat his chest and he wanted to make sure everybody knew how devout he was. It feels like that. It feels like you're trying to like do a Christian flex. Like, oh yes, I spend all my time talking about the Lord and I've read the Bible 6 times in 3 different languages. Like, stop flexing, bro. All right, chill out. You're gonna get to heaven. It's gonna be fine. Yup, that would be a bad sign. Any man playing with Legos or other toys may need help.
Nigga, you ain't funny. That's not true. Only lame niggas say that shit.
Bro, get out of here, bro. Alright, you need help because you play with toys. And the thing is, I can understand if you like really play, if you got like some kind of like locked in childhood type of syndrome. But if you live a normal life, but you also play video games or watch, you know, movies, which remember, Marvel and Star Wars are basically movies and stories, you know what I'm saying? You can do that without being considered ill. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, dog. No man should have happiness or joy as his main aim in life. That's gay.
Speak for yourself, my dude.
I mean, I guess he's kind of not wrong, because gay does mean happy, you know, before it meant gay. So, I mean, he's kind of not wrong, but he's also kind of insane. As a man, your happiness depends on your ability to fulfill your purpose. Tell that to women.
You need to leave.
Imagine if somebody told this to women. All right, if somebody said, "Oh, your happiness as a woman is determined on fulfilling your purpose. Make me a sandwich and then get on your back." Like, yo, they would be derided as like the worst misogynist ever. They would be on like Andrew Tate levels of misogyny. But of course, you tell that to a man and nobody cares, you know. Make sure your wife and your family is happy is the only way to guarantee your own happiness anyway.
Calling you out. I'm so sick of these people. You know,
Wow. I have a feeling this person is probably like one of those crazy red pill people. Alright, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he's one of those like extreme red pill types who's also probably gonna die alone, just like the weird cat lady. And the thing is, there was one little bit of light at the end of this tunnel. You know what I'm saying? There was this, and it came from a surprising place, a VTuber. Men deserve to be loved and treated right. And to be honest, I thought this was pretty good. This actually, because originally I was gonna dump this topic and just go straight to the, you know, the Texas anime law video, which is the next video after this one. I was gonna go straight to that video, but seeing this gave me a little bit of hope. And then I read the quote tweets. Men should be hated and treated differently.
Pretty much. Hey. Shut up, bitches.
Why? I mean, just because of the actions of some, we all should be treated the same way. I would love to hear what you think about black people. It's an effing VTuber saying this, Lamau. All you do is pander to gooner incel dudes who probably have a parasocial relationship with you. Men are not oppressed.
Get back in the kitchen.
Here's the thing. Why do you think they develop these parasocial relationships with content creators and with fictional women and anime waifus? Because y'all women is crazy. That's why. All right, they feel like, you know what I'm saying, they're going to get derided and hated if they go and talk to real women. So they go to artificial women, all right, for a fake relationship that they can never really fulfill because it fills the hole, so to speak, made by not talking to real women. All right, because the real women that they see on the internet, which people are on way too much, are insane. You know what I'm saying? So yes, keep acting like this and you'll create more incels that'll create more parasocial relationships and buy more body pillows with waifus. Yes, you are contributing to this problem. Like, all in all, you know what I'm saying? If you want to do something that makes you happy, as long as it's legal and it's not weird, I have to preface this because if you do something weird, you might end up in one of these videos. All right, but if you want to do something that makes you happy, that's legal. You know what I'm saying? If you want a hobby that makes you happy, do the hobby. Don't become obsessed with it. Just do the hobby. If you want to play video games, play video games. All right, if you want to find a chick that plays video games like you, find a chick that plays video games like you. Trust me, they're out there. You're probably screaming slurs at them on the internet. Look, we've all done it. We've all done it. All right, it is what it is. It's not cool, but we've been there. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, do what makes you happy. As long as you stay within the will of the Lord, if you're a Christian, you know, or as long as you stay with, you know, whatever it is you're trying to pursue, do that thing. All right, stop tripping. Stop letting these internet people, you know what I'm saying, try to change you. All right, so that's it. All right, that's enough relationship advice from the hairy, lonely anime man, the video game man. So tell me what you think in the comments down below. Do you think like these crazy people, you think men deserve nothing, or do you think that, you know, people should just be able to do the hobbies that they like? Tell me in the comments down below, and like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, have yourself a good one.